AWS questions I will provide you, which is to prepare in terms of architecture. And some of the VMware questions, as it's also important because it shows that we have required for Hyper-V, KVM, anything you know about this thing, VMware, KVM, is all about. Hypervisor, it's a particular software and to manage virtualization environment. And these are the different softwares name. We have VMware, KVM, and Hyper-V from the Microsoft, Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization from Red Hat, then Hypervisor that we use in the background of AWS Cloud Platform. So these are the different softwares that actually we use for the virtualization manage. So for VMware, it's a big company, based in virtualization. So they are the backend infrastructure on premises. You can say there it will provide. So for any multi-cloud environment, cloud and infrastructure, we have different. This is, yeah, definitely. It's yeah, yeah. So it's a infrastructure providing company. Provide you the infrastructure platform part. That means like it's having products actually. These are the products. The products are like vSphere, vSense that we use to manage virtual machine, the infrastructure, virtualization. So these are the products you required experience. Just like in my laptop, we have VMware Workstation Pro is available that we use to launch virtual machine. This is for the end user. That is type 2 virtualization. But in companies, we have type 1 virtualization. There we use vSphere, like we directly install virtualization on hardware, and then we can associate or allocate multiple virtual machine to every people in the private cloud environment. And in terms of public cloud environment, also we can use it. But the setup we have to do in a different approach. That is more on infrastructure engineers do as experience on data center or private servers platform. Right. EC2 is a one service that we are using as a front user. Okay. And the backend, the management is done by the VMware or alternative software. That's the. So if you go and we have the sparse. Let me show this with the diagram. But not to get proper idea how to. No issue. Re-explain it to you. So you can see this is the two type of infrastructurism. The first right side you can see on premise is the physical traditional infrastructure that we manage physically, like to provide all the resources and the other steps, step by step that we manage properly. All the authentication, authorization of the resources is to the owner of the person. But now in the left side, you can see we have the orange color infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. So this thing is provided by the cloud provider company like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Now, even in that also, you can see the orange color or the red color part. Okay, it's managed by the cloud providers. What we have owned, it's only the blue color part. Like in the infrastructure, you have the only access up to operating system, like which operating system you want to run. That we call as a EC2 instance. While the virtualization is set and handled by the company owner, that is AWS. So there we actually use this VMware or maybe Zen hypervisor or KVM. So in AWS environment, we use Zen hypervisor. VMware environment is used on Azure cloud and also some private providers. Hyper-V is a product of Microsoft that we use in Windows environment. Just like we have uh, VMware Workstation and This is called the Oracle VirtualBox. This is the different application we use for client side. Let me again explain it with more approach, because virtualization is two type. Now, before understanding the type also, we have to understand that why this technology has come into, So the main thing is that we are using a hardware. Now, what actually it means hardware? The first thing is that RAM, ROM, CPU, and GPU. Now, if I say RAM is read access memory, that work on real time. ROM is read only memory that is stored, and CPU, it's the central process, also called brain of computer. And then we have GPU, is the graphical process, through which we can see all this animation, gaming part, anything you are seeing right now. This is handled by the okay. It's controlled by the RAM, read and limit. CPU is used to provide process. Maybe you have Intel process or AMD process computer, or we have as Apple Silicon that we. So if we are using a Windows lab, DXDIG, that is direct test diagnosis. You can search. There you can see this one window pop-up will open, and there you can see all the hardware information of your lab. So the processor you can see here, it is Intel i7 10th Gen CPU. That is your CPU information. Memory is what we call as a RAM. RAM is actually work on real time. So when you open your task manager and in the performance option, so there you can see that how much CPU is utilized. RAM that is in real time. Like whatever the application right now I'm running, like browser, notepad, recording is going on, meeting is going on. So that is a real time memory is running. Disk that we call as a read only memory, that we call as disk, that we have maybe 1 TB of hard drive storage or SSD that will store data. Even we shut down the machine, still the data will be permanent. But in real time, what actually happen when we end the process, it will be deleted. Maybe the real time anything we are doing. That's the okay. And GPU we have in the last, that we use for graphic cards, like to play games, doing editing, video editing, image editing, or animation kind of stuff. So there we use graphic cards more nowadays to provide more unique experience of entertainment and all this. So that's how the hardwares are divided. Now even you can see in my system also, I am not utilizing the 100% of my resource. You can see I have 32 GB of RAM laptop. It's enough to run multiple machines at the same. That's why I use this virtualization, that I can run at the same whole machine operating system parallel. Okay, so that's the benefit I get. But right now I'm just using my this only one operating system, that is main operating system. And the second, the CPU, you can see only 40% utilization is going. Okay, that means I have buy a very costly laptop or the system, but right now I don't utilizing in a better way. Okay, so there is a waste of money. Like the people, they just buy a good laptop for showing someone, but they don't know how to use it. It just used for only entertainment purpose. But the same laptop, if I just give some technical person, so they can earn lots of money by the single laptop also. That depends on the person to person. Okay, so there the virtualization concept will help us to utilize is on a better approach. So that's why the virtualization technology comes into existence. That is the main reason. No, it's actually help you to utilize your hardware resources more better. So you can run multiple operating system parallelly. So that's the it will help us. Okay, so that's the thing. Now let me showcase. Right now, if you can Task Manager, the RAM is utilizing about 14 GB. Still, I have 70 GB is available. What I can do, I can run. So or two operating systems. Let's suppose I go here, I'm running one Linux and I'm running one more Windows 7. I can run one more Linux operating. So now if you go to Task Manager, you can gradually the resource from 40 GB it will increase. The CPU utilization increase from 40 to 60%. Like it will just booting up. They want to ask that how you are managing the infrastructure, like the virtualization, the software working or not. Actually, if this thing, because this is a hands-on practice they are looking, VMware or maybe KVM or any Hyper-V, hands-on. That kind of yeah, like this is the software we use in industry, vSphere. It's the paid version software. So it's a dedicated training I provide. It's a certificate-based training. So actually, vSphere is used to manage multiple infrastructure in the backend. So that's then a software hands-on practice there that you have done or not. That's the like this kind of we have the main hardware, and on that hardware you are running multiple operating system. The backend of EC2. Think about like how EC2 you are running. One more customer is also running EC2. So how AWS is managing that EC2 machines from the backend. How they are allocating hardware resources, RAM, CPU, that thing. So that is the work is handled by the VMware, vSphere software or KVM. Same thing they also. KVM is open source, so that is also it's a Linux based hypervisor. So, and Hyper-V is from the so Microsoft Hyper-V generally we use in the Azure cloud. So that's the thing. So that's the experience you require. If you have done any practice on Oracle VirtualBox or VMware in localhost, so they can you can able to give answer like if this is the way I can run multiple machine operating system. This is a one Kali machine. It's a Linux based machine also, but this is a server. It is only you can see only command line. There will be no GUI. Everything you have to enter from command line. Uh, Type who am I, and if type uname, you will get it Linux. Gen hypervisor. In the background, it uses Gen hypervisor. Yeah, same concept. Only the interface is there. If I can give us some similar example, you can say Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. All the three platform is used for the social media website. Only the little features are different. Like you can see, YouTube is also coming with the same criteria. That it is also in even the YouTube Short. Now they are integrating the payment gateway, a subscription part. That's the thing. So platform is same, but the way of giving a feature and management is different because they are the different vendors. Just like we have in a cloud market, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, IBM Cloud is there, Oracle Cloud is there, just like the same. No, no problem. So this, yeah, yes, right. All this, virtualization is also running on a dedicated hardware. If the hardware is limited, you cannot run more than five machines or three machines because if you can take my laptop as a cloud service provider, okay, and I am providing the cloud service VMware workstation. that you can just take a remote access of my machine and you can launch one or two this kind of operating system and access it as per your work part. And let's suppose you are working for 4 hours and after that you can just shut down it. So I will take 4 hours of charge. So the same concept is called as a cloud platform. Right now we are giving you a dedicated one link so that you can now the same thing what I have done. This is called the private cloud concept. Okay. Now what I have to, I will just create a one, dashboard instead of giving the VMware dedicated, because there the VMware is getting the branding because this is the software using. So what I will do, I will just create a one website and then I will give by name of AWS or by name of Azure, and then giving the same thing in a pay as you go model. So the time you will use, you will get it. So the front end, you will don't see that what kind of backend technologies are working with the combination of AWS and Azure and that part. Correct. So you will get only one idea that this is a brand. AWS is providing the cloud service. So I will go to this. That's we call the business model, how they have developed this thing. But this other things is actually required because as per the job description that they are, if you have a 10-year plus of experience, so these are the technologies, more in depth, like, more in depth, like from the scratch part. That's all. So that's kind of, questions and queries will come in that particular. So any one technology we have to take, like VMware, KVM, Hyper-V, any one platform that you have worked. Because the concept, working system is same, only the interface is different. That's the thing. Definitely. That's just everything. No, anyone. You can go with VMware. That will give you, yeah, will give you a plus point. Reason is that Zen Hypervisor is an open source. First thing, it's computer software that we use as a operating system to manage. It's an open source. While VMware is an enterprise too, and it is also used as a paid version. So companies more authentication and trust point we will get it in terms of VMware because they have a dedicated developers. They're updating the services features. While Zen Hypervisor is not that. AWS has integrate with the Zen project and they have customized their own hypervisor in a backend. That's the part, and it's easy to use comparing with this Zen or other Hyper-V also. Here also you can see I am using two. This is the one Hyper VMware Workstation. It's the paid version. Perfect. As an alternative, we have Oracle VMware VirtualBox is also. So this is a open source and this is a paid version too. And you can see almost the UI is different, but I am also running the same operating system here also, Kali machine, and I am running machine here also. You can see there is no difference after launching because the front end user will only see the operating system. They don't worry about the back end, part like how it look like, what are the part, because that is handled by the infrastructure engineers and cloud engineers. So you can see similar thing. I will just wait for 1 minute, putting, and if I showcase my, you can see 20 plus G of RAM now it is utilizing because I'm running 4 operating system parallelly. Yeah. And one main operating system, which is my Windows 11. 5 operating system I can add parallelly and do lots of practicals in a, yeah, the G, yeah. Go, man. No, no, no. There is a difference. Like GUI based systems comes which are, end users that we use as a client end user. Okay. And the without GUI that we call as a CLI base, that is actually using the backend part of infrastructure so that we can manage. Here you can see Linux machine, the same. Okay, I just just given the background change. Just go to the wallpaper. If I change it with the same, there is no difference. No difference. Only the same. So only the software I'm using a different depends on the person to person part. That's it. Now we have operating system. It also comes two types. What we see that is a GUI, that is Go and CLI. So not a issue is there, but generally it comes as a desktop OS and server side OS. So desktop is used by the end users, just like you and me, who are even from non-technical background. They are also use desktop to for movies, browsing, doing online transactions, that kind of thing. So that we call as an end user operating. Examples you can say Windows family. We have 7 back there, 7, 8, 1 was come, then we have the 10, Windows 10 come, and the latest we have 11. And in terms of Linux platform, so we have Ubuntu, Kali OS there, then Fedora. Okay, Red Hat is also Linux that we have. Then we have we have multiple. It's more than, yeah, same you can say. It's an operating system. I think. And if you go with the Apple environment, so we have Mac, Lion is there, Area is there, Frontera we have, the latest we have M1 and M2 Pro, the latest one. Chips. These are the operating system, Mac laptop. While in the backend, we are using server side. So generally server side operating system are CLI based. The reason is that CLI is easy to manage and it's a lightweight operating system comparing with the GUI. Why? Because in GUI we are, no, think about as a developer's point, because developers are writing lots of number of lines of code. So when we are creating a GUI, we have to write more number of code. So the operating system become a little bit heavier. So in the background, server operating system is actually used to provide services. Okay. So when it is handling multiple services, so it will be lightweight. That's why we can manage. That's why server side is GUI based. We can provide Ubuntu server, CentOS. We have Red Hat is okay, and other we have more different it's based. We have servers, and even Windows also have its own Windows server. 2003, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2019. The latest, which is directly on cloud, it's 2007. Right. Windows and Linux both. Azure is also working on Linux platform and all the things, but it's a Windows server is a actually a product of Microsoft. Microsoft have its own dedicated Windows operating system that is a paid license. Same thing, then they have introduced Azure Cloud, so that is a one another product they have. Something like that we have Apple. So Apple have its own Mac operating system, which is a paid one, and iCloud they have, so they have their own cloud option. While Linux is actually an open source, it is free to use. Anybody can use it. In this, some of the operating system, company have created their own brand. So Red Hat is one of them. The enterprise is a paid one they have, and Source Linux is another company. They have their own. So that's the thing. Actually, the whole concept about from the history about 1980s, 1970s. That's how it is coming. If you talk about Google, so Google have its own OS is also available, Chromium that is used for lightweight notebook series of actually, and they have their own Android. That is all the Android mobile. It's a Google product. You can see these are the big companies have their own huge market. That's the concept of operating system. Now, this kind of operating systems we are running as a virtual environment so that we can realize actually hardware, but in a virtual environment. So in virtual environment, what actually happens? Whatever the things we do, delete, modify the data, it will not affect our main host machine, and everything will be container, sandbox. So there is no effect will be the other machine. Here you can see this is also running. I can delete, update. It will not affect this machine or Windows 7 machine. So that's the benefit we get it. Different machine with a different identity. Everything is different. So that's the benefit of virtualization. So any one software, if you know the whole concept, the management, like creating machine. Then if you go to creating a machine, then it will ask that particularly like which here like image, which kind of platform operating that Linux environment, VMware or Microsoft Windows. Then you can provide the name, you can provide the booting option. Then here it asks CPU option, the number of processors you want to give. CPU we have decided, then it will ask RAM, that is the memory, 2 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM. So you can see the maximum I can go 32, but you can see it is reduced to 28 only because 4 GB is required for my main operating system. I cannot go up to hardware resource. There is a hardware limit is there. That's why. That's the thing. And then networking setup. That is used for the get the internet access. And then we have the logic control. This is for the input output, like CPU, external keyboard, external web camera, headphones. So that connectivity. And then this is the hard drive. So actually, we use in physical SATA or NVM. That is the storage SSDs. So in a virtual, we go with SCSI, that is a small controller storage system. There. And then we can create a new party. That is, we are providing 60 GB of storage. That's your setup, given the name, and then we can launch. That's the difference. Same thing we can do in this software also. If you go to Oracle VirtualBox Manager, this I can create a new machine, or you can see all this display, graphic cards, storage, audio network, everything. So that's how the different things are managed. And you can provide different approach. Just like in AWS, we have done about the EC2 type machine. Remember, we have to Pro, Nano series. There are different type of machine part. If I machine type in, these are full family instance types. So different like T4, T. These are every family have its own dedicated resource, like 12 core of CPU, 32 GB RAM. If you go with M5, we can have this is the full series. CPU 2 core, 8 GB RAM. How much storage you can provide, and up to how much network bandwidth, like Mbps speed. So bandwidth is, you can see here again. Bandwidth is the speed, data you can transfer from one system to another system. So yeah, like in your home, you are using mobile data or your broadband connection, the Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, so that Wi-Fi you have maybe the some dedicated plan like 100 Mbps plan, 200 Mbps plan, or 1 GB BS plan. That is, different kind of plans is provided by your service provider. So that is what we call bandwidth. So you can see I'm using my own Wi-Fi connection. So my company is Airtel. Is providing the you can ACT 500. So it is a fiber connection. So you can see the download bandwidth and the upload bandwidth. It will be vary always. So I'm using the 200 Mbps plan, which is in 1 second I can download a file of 200 Mbps size. Yeah, the data. That's it. This is the number conversation we have. We go with the smallest unit. So we have 1 bit equal labels. This is the smallest unit. So we go with 1 byte equal to 8 bit. 8 bit is denoted as binary language. The computer, because computer only understand machine level language. 0, 1. That we call as 8 bit. So this thing is integrated with high level language. So that we call it 1 kilobyte. Kilobyte equal to 102. Now 1 MB is equal to 102 kilobyte, and then 1 GB, that is gigabyte, 102, and 1 terabyte we have the hard drive storage. Maybe you have got it, or that is 1 petabyte. Terabyte. Exabyte is there. Let's go 10 petabyte. Petabyte is actually we use cloud platform. That much. So the whole calculation in computer is always be the power 2k power 2 into the power of 2. Always be the multiplication of 2 the power, because the calculation is done on 0 and 1. You calculate is a 2 number, that is binary. That's why the whole conversation. That's the actually these other things actually we learn in the computer engineers as a computer fundamental, the hardware and software part. So these are the things. DevOps. Actually, this is not in use because they have prepared the syllabus. Persons who are moving to the DevOps front, but they just forgot that lots of people coming non-technical background. So non-technical means they are totally coming from. Definitely. So they have to introduce this thing as an initial approach. Then they can move the high level of it. That's the thing, because every person don't have that much capability to understand everything. Coming from that. Definitely. These are the basics. If you know, you can grab the things properly in an advanced way. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Now see, think about like in this way. Like these are the things we are managing as a hardware. Let me show the data center. These are the buildings where we actually store the data. Why the term is comes like why cloud actually the keyword how so these are the main servers which is running continuously 24 into 7 365 days without stop without no uh, so these are the multiple lakhs of servers are running minus 10 degree of temperature because when they run they emit lots of carbon dioxide that is CO2 emission at the same time so lots of heat are the machines are the and so with so this is for some location these are the big buildings collecting with 4 5 football ground area like an acre so they have this whole setup and they are running lakhs of servers at the same time so we don't know actually where your data is in stored we talk about a Google that we have Google mail IDs available so a dedicated hard drive is stored by the Google for a one person get this whole particular part let's suppose we have this area is available and these are big buildings are available. Okay, so these are big buildings. You can have this is the cooling plant. This is the main server branch. These are the options. So if you talk about the AWS location, so it is more than 50. Okay, so actually when we launch any service, so we don't know like in which location the data is stored. The actual physical location. Let's suppose if I ask that to have your Google ID is available, your data is somewhere in a story. At least your mail ID data. You got 15 GB as a free of cost email. Okay, the Google Drive store. You can store your data or Google Photos. Maybe you're using Apple phone, iPhone. You're using. Yeah. So in Apple also you have the iCloud services available. That whatever the photo you can synchronize, your contacts will be nice. Okay. So why that name is given? I is initiated with the Apple iPhone. So iOS, iPad. This series is given by the Apple. Okay. So the cloud is coming from the that only location. That you don't know that at which physical location your data is actually stored because at the end everything is somewhere computer is handling. Correct. So that is the concept is now here in virtualization also you can see I'm running this machine. So why not I can give you the access remotely to you. You can just remotely access. You do work that can be happen. Now the same concept is come into the internet platform. So that's the concept we call as a cloud technology. Okay. Now in cloud technology, we have integrated lots of services from last 10, 15 years. Okay. This is the initial start. Then we integrated lots of services, lots of, integration. That's why the market is, growing more and more. So at a certain time, you don't have to buy a whole dedicated machine. You can just rent a online machine. You can do the work and you can just delete the resource. Okay. So that kind of, help you will get it in that particular. Okay. Yeah. Designing structure is called the architecture design. Like how so or particularly the whole network topology. Network top. So network topology and the resource. Now, how? Let's suppose you have dedicated system are available. These are options are available. That's in a particular. So in companies we have topologies are again after learning this thing they require to learn network because you can see in a companies even if you are from the medical background you're doing lots of okay So the thing is that you have managed lots of maybe you have one dedicated system is given to manage the patient's record booking the system that are there. Okay. So if maybe I don't know you have work on or maybe in some multi specialties hospitals. Okay, so in specialties hospitals, what happened? We have multiple branch are available. There is some a hospital which have a multiple branch in some city, some big hospital, any hospital, no, right? Name like the some famous hospital or 5-star hospital or no, they have all the facilities are available. You have an idea like that? I am asking some very famous hospital name which have multiple branches in different cities or state. Yeah, this is the different centers are available. Okay, so you can see these are their services. And if you go to infrastructure, they have this whole, this is a one big building. And you can see it is very older, more than 15 years back they have created. Now, maybe they have multiple branches in different cities. So you can see how they are managing their infrastructure, like the network connectivity, they have their own dedicated CEO, all the management part. So multiple systems are running to manage what are the things they actually, that's the first thing. Medical part, you think that in medical there is a no role of IT, correct? But nowadays, this is the important part where information technology is you recognize. Why? Because advanced clinical information system. What kind of information system? They are holding electronics health record of every patient that are coming. They have all the reports of scanning. They have all the reports of medical history, the documents part, their online transactions. Some are having some health insurance, banking connectivities. They are providing EMI based some payment. You can see lots of online digital data is day by day. So this whole systems where they are storing. Maybe they have their own private server to manage it, or maybe they can have go with the cloud platform to manage the things because they don't have the IT experts. So they go to third party companies work on it. That's how the things manage in infra part. Now to manage this thing we have networking part. So I showcase you some network topology. Okay, suppose we go with hospital. Taking this actually the topology architect with the little bit of this typical office infrastructure of this is how it looks. Zoom there again. So these are the small electronic devices are actually connected with IT part. You can see we have bedrooms are available. You know better than me. Actually, you have experience, so you can see. But this is the reception here. Different kind of patients are coming. Take appointment to to register to check the some relatives house. Enter. Hmm, right. Now this thing we have to set up on a cloud platform as a virtual environment. Things cloud. So that's what we call as a solution architect engineer. That are the persons who do these other things. Okay. Yes, but not from the lower background. You have to give the suggestion that what kind of services you can from the AWS platform to manage this thing. Okay, we have lots of different engineers are available, like network engineers, system administrators are available. So you have to give the because you are expert for AWS cloud part, not for this network physical infrastructure. Okay, physical infrastructure they already have. Now you as a cloud expert coming and integrating this thing on cloud platform. So you have to include that. Let's suppose we have to integrate laptops as a wireless connections and that thing. So what you can suggest that you can say that we have EC2 services available. You can get 100 EC2 machines so that your problem will be solved and you can connect anywhere on a cloud at any time. And the data which is stored in, so we can use S3 storage. There you can use and store 100 GBs of data at the same. So that flexibility you are giving you to cloud platform. to cloud show. That's the thing. Yeah, right. Yeah, same concept. Right, 100%. Right. To provide a flexibility that, let's suppose in future the client required more storage or more CPU or RAM, so they can have the flexibility is available. That's the so this is going from scratch, but you get a little idea. So let me provide the AWS case studies. You can go through like customers case studies that we call as that how AWS have resolved some of the different companies solution. It is handled Netflix background. AWS is the main partner who hold all the data of the Netflix, the cloud part and that. You can see how flexible they are. That's one. So here you can go to the first thing is that which industry. Let's suppose the healthcare industry. These are the companies AWS has helped, and they are the customers of the AWS. Disaster recovery to backup part, healthcare part, migration of data from the some medical history, patient-centric compliance security. No, this thing. So when you go through a little bit, study, and even you can modify this thing with like compute based or database based. Or if you want to go in DevOps parts, you can click on container and stuff. You can get a filter part. There we have used container service and stuff. So Philips, these the things actually help you to get more case scenario question. Yeah. Solution means that how you are solving the problem which yeah, like they are struggling with the infrastructure part. So how cloud is flexible in that infrastructure, because you can see if you have your own physical machine, you have to be worried about electricity, you have to worry about the maintenance, and after 5 years the machine got old, so the old, new machine, so the performance you will not get that much that thing. So that's why. Mhm. Yeah, please. Yeah, they have the correct. So they have the already cloud. So what they are doing, they are providing their hardware resources as service customer in name format. That, let's suppose you have two laptops, okay, but at the same time I have 100 laptops available, and out of 100 laptops only 50 laptop is in use. So the 15 laptop I can provide you as a rent system. You can use it and then you can send me back. Correct? This kind of things we can do. So now this rent system is have some limitation, because you can see these are the big giant companies. So they have lots of money. They can buy billions of hardware resources at the same time. Correct? So as a small owner, I don't have that much money, and even I don't have full concept about how I can earn by the 15 laptop to get a more profit. But these are the companies I introduce something with the technologies, combining with lots of technologies and internet, so they can having a good business model. Now they are providing this thing in a three, like public cloud, private cloud is little bit costly because this is dedicated for the companies, and then we have community cloud that if somebody want to research or innovate something, that thing, or you can hybrid model. Okay, that's it. Hybrid model, you can take Netflix. Netflix is storing the backend, all the movies, series, the backend on AWS cloud, and still they are earning money with the help of selling that all movies and part in a subscription to the people. That's it. So that's how cloud is a one technology term, and the providers we have AWS in the market, Azure is in the market, so they are giving that thing. So you become as a consultant after becoming a learning this technology, you become a consultant. So you can guide to the new customers or new companies that this is the approach that how the AWS will solve your problem. That's the way you are doing the job, right? To provide this management part, because see, AWS is a one company. Okay, and this is not in a one pay, pay, so this is a single person. So single person cannot handle whole thing. You can see we required a management team. So that management team will be part of that. Okay, and the AWS is all over the world, like more than 100 plus countries. So the BOS or the technical team will not go to every country. So we required more people to join their team and give this kind of particular services part. And AWS is also not doing the whole things. They have the gold partners, silver partners are available. These are the small companies, like the small companies combined with the AWS as a partnership, and they are giving the services. Like it's you can say as a franchisee part. That's it. So you when you hire as a solution architect, you will be a part of some partner companies in AWS. Like I am taking a service of AWS and selling to third party, like this way. Like it's a client to business to B2C business model. We call it as a B2 model. Solution architect. No, looking for not AWS. You are selling AWS product and doing the consultant for new customer, or maybe the customer is already available. You are modifying the existing models and infrastructure, like the ups down, doing checking the new infrastructure setup or troubleshooting part. These are the things you are. That's it. Consult means you are an expert of AWS services. Now somebody has come as a new customer. They don't know about anything about cloud. They don't know that their company can should move to the cloud platform or not. So that consultants and guidance you are giving, and for that you are earning the money. That's the thing. Yes, right. So that's the process we call as a solution. That how you are providing this. And architect, why we are saying that everything. Architect it means like it know the from base to the advanced part, the whole infrastructure properly. That's it. The core services of AWS and how they are working, and the technical terminologies like to instance, elastic block storage, the types, the names. That is important because that's how you are doing the branding, not directly but indirectly of the AWS. That's it. And the practical knowledge is also required, that how you are integrating, how you are deploying the resources on AWS platform. That is also like this is the theoretical part and this is the practical. So I will provide you 500 interview questions of AWS and go through if you have time. Interview questions. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Mhm. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Definitely. Mhm. Oh no. No, he is my sales team member. He handle all the clients part, and I'm the technical person. So I consult, provide trainings, and helping in the interview. That are- Yeah, Kapil. Kapil. No, but so I will provide you interview question of AWS solution architect for today. Go through it, understand, and see to and if you didn't understand what is the tool of the things, just go through some online YouTube to search like what is easy to why we are using. So you will get some different video perspective. Don't go with the technical part. This is the overview. You will get in a more idea. Like this is the same thing as teach by the trainer is it correct or not. So perspectives of different people to teach, you will get an idea that this is the right thing I have learned. This is the wrong thing. You can cross verify with the books or through internet because see on internet everything is not 100% correct. Yes, that's the also if you want to learn some technical things, so go with the owner of that particular company. Like the things that is built by the own company. You can see there is a one section in learn option, and there you will all the published training. Some of the basic thing is free of cost. You can just explore the digital training. Here you will get some of the basics about the digital courses free of cost. So check out that thing as available free. Okay, there is this cloud skill builder, the online training platform they introduced. They have some of the fundamentals is free of course because I am a AWS builder community member, so I have lots of there you can. These are the like AWS well architect means AWS organization. They are responsible like lots of things is there. You can modify as per the filtration like language or course level that thing. Yeah, they will ask lots of things actually. They go from the basics, then they go with the advanced part. Even I have given you some of the examples of the cloud infrastructure and virtualization. So there will be some twisted question they can ask. That was that why should you are recommending this thing? What will be the benefit and pros? Okay, so the contradiction will be because see, as an expert of 8 years and 9 years, you know that what is the pros and cons are available. Why you are recommending this thing? Your medical history also, you know that yeah, yeah. Maybe I think they have some temporary positions or contract based position they're looking for, or maybe there is a need of employee. That is also matters. Okay. So don't worry about it. Just prepare at your own pace. And whatever the question comes, you can just remember that question so that you can rework on that part. Like, some of the question you can give the answer. Some of the twist questions not able to give. But we can remember that question so we can re-prepare that thing for the next upcoming game. That's it. Okay. So this is all for today. Just take time, revise it, and then we will connect tomorrow to get more steps to work. I will provide you the interview questions also in the group, so you can check out it. It's dedicated for the AWS architect. Any other doubt that is there? Yeah, we will reconnect. Then it's some migration concept. We have AWS Migrate service available. So there is a concept about database, data recovery, how we are taking backup. There is some security laws. That kind of questions comes from this. While we are migrating from one cloud to another cloud platform, or from on physical server to the cloud platform, these are the ones. It will- Yeah, definitely. Definitely. No issue with no, it's a lifetime connect. I have idea like it's minimum $1,000. I can say. Yeah, definitely. I know the whole business concept. Yes, but I have good Africans also. They are working in industry. UK. Yeah, I have lots of friends. Yeah, definitely, copy is not the same. But the thing is that the government have that much not awareness nowadays. The peoples are exploring. They have the different countries they are visiting, so they getting idea that what the things they are lack of in their own country. That's why they are migrating US, UK. That's it. See that it's again other concept of financial part. So there is no issue is there. We'll discuss in some time because it's all about the taxes. In US, if you are living to the higher standard, we have to maintain as to provide taxes. That's why same thing. Yes, yeah. Mhm. But see, the same thing we have less part in India to work on. Like the whole monthly expend. If I told my under 1,000, it will be over a family. But you are only paying the 2,000 just only taxes. You can see how much the higher the standard of living is there in US comparing with India. That's why. Yeah, we are family persons, so we live in families. So that's is one more down. That's the also. Uh, oh, oh, yes, definitely. Think I have to. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, work permit. So, like nowadays we have the remote options are available. So remotely we are getting good money because re- there is a two thing is that in remote work what actually happen office expenditure will be less for the company perspective, and people got comfort after the COVID period that we are don't having the traveling cost, we are don't going for anywhere, can do home also with the family. So that's why lots of Indian people also were looking for the remote work because we are getting a salary in terms of US uh, pay grade less. That's why. Definitely no problem is there.